This movie is technically a sequel, but you don't really need to have seen the other two to get what's going on. The basic premise is that, counter to almost all research on crime and criminality in the history of the world, the American government decides that having crime be legal for a night was the best way to handle crime. And it works because this is set in a universe where not only do we all want to murder each other, as is our right as Americans, but a shit ton of us also act on these feelings yearly, then go back to living normally after. Mateo, it's obviously a satire of American violence and extremism, gosh. Yeah, but did someone tell the actors that? They seem to take it pretty seriously.
It's about anti-establishment, anti-government. You know, what does the government do for people?
Bigger than just people surviving the night. This is more about the country surviving the morality of what they've...
Look, I'm politically sympathetic to this movie, which is why the second one was able to get away with so much with me, but the execution lacks. You could have done something so much more, Mr. Director. I figure we need just a big ol' helping of suspension of disbelief, and you're set to watch this shit. So the movie cuts on and we get a crazy dude grooving to funk music and murdering this lady's family, and he's super hype about his playlist.
My Purge playlist. I put a lot of thought into it.
I do wonder how we got an entire family tied up, but I guess we just have to assume he's super strong or something, or maybe he captured each one of them separately, or maybe this was a whole operation and everyone else got bored. So we cut to 18 months later and people have been rioting against the Purge because it's fucking insane. We're introduced to a senator who's campaigning to end the Purge, and there's a group of old white dudes who are like, fuck that.
Is the cunt that close?
All polls have her a point behind.
Their dialogue is written in such a blatant way as to immediately bash you over the head with the message that they suck.
Had it with all these idealistic pigs. They want the impossible. Everyone to have.
Wow, fuck you, dude. Why are you telling this group of assholes anyways? I'm sure they agree with you. Your exposition is unnatural. Anyways, these assholes decide that they're going to murder the senator who's been campaigning against the Purge during the Purge. So then the senator hero and the person she's campaigning against are having a debate, and we learn that there's a midnight purge mass where all these political leaders gather and murder people, and people are cheering for this like
on sacrifice.
Frank Grillo returns from the second film, but he's kind of just a guy who looks stern and shoots shit, so no need to pay him any mind. The senator then makes a passionate speech against the insurance companies and the NRA, and some inspirational music plays, and people are like... Then she goes into the crowd, cementing her role as a person of the people. Then we check in a deli where people are having a blatant simile for current apathetic political discussions. Blah, politics don't matter, all politicians are the same. Blah, no, she's gonna change the world. It kind of sucks watching this movie after the Trump administration has come to power, because even a government of psychopaths looks well put together in comparison. It's here that our favorite senator makes a hugely dumb decision to stay home on Purge night because...
If the voters get wind that I'm hiding in a fortress like some rich asshole, I lose votes and the NFFA wins. I stay home like 99% of the population.
Why would you do this? The average person probably doesn't give a shit if you were housed in a steel reinforced hidden bunker. They wouldn't understand why that is if they actually believe in you. And if they were so shallow as to hate you for being a high priority target, you still have a fucking security force, which is markedly different than the average person. Plus, you're just gonna get your security team killed because you know people will be gunning for you. Grillo obviously thinks it's dumb too, but she's just like, make it safe.
Make it safe.
Then we get a great mask jump scare. We also learn that people come to the United States for Purge Night to get a true American experience called murder tourism. Weird that an ultra-nationalist country would allow foreigners into our country to kill our people.
We're here to experience the Purge, to kill, release all the anger and hate, be like Americans. We're very excited.
We cut back to the store where these teens are being fucking shitheads, dropping shit on the ground and thieving with all the subtlety of an insert good joke here. The store owner confronts them and she's like,
"You touch me, and I scream rape, you cocksucking pig."
Well, that was uncomfortable. Then the schoolgirl gives some exposition on one of our heroes, and our hero is like, put that candy bar back. She gives the candy bar back and leaves, but in a really creepy way. Well, that was uncomfortable. Oh shit, it's Purge night. We cut to everyone closing up shop, getting ready for the purge. Grillo's still pissed about having to reinforce a fucking house. Meanwhile, the shopkeep and his employees are set up with rifles and binoculars on top of their deli. All this while their friend rides around in a medic van. In the van, we get a jump scare and a little compilation of the scary shit going on around town, including a really goddamn well-lit guillotining and a mace-wielding band of metalheads with people tied to their hood. There was also apparently a goddamn war in front of the Lincoln Memorial. Back at the house, the senator's inner circle turn on her and her Secret Service guys get fucked. Oh shit, it's the alt-right. So the Breitbart editorial team invade the house and the senator and Frank Grillo escape. But first, Grillo gets shot and dies. Just kidding, of course he doesn't die.
Make it safe.
Wow, it's like staying in her house was a goddamn stupid idea. Duh, Mateo, her inner circle turned on her, she'd be dead no matter what. Yeah, but that doesn't fix the initial decision to stay in her goddamn house in the first place. What the fuck? Their job was made easier by the fact that it was a residential place instead of, I don't know, some kind of panic room or some shit. Yeah, but they'd cut through the panic room or whatever like Forrest Whitaker did in hit film Panic Room. Yeah, but they still would have been safer than in a house. They only got away here because Grillo's a fucking super commando. Meanwhile, the teenager from earlier is back for her candy bar.
I got a wicked sweet tooth tonight, and I want my candy bar.
She's really about that fucking candy bar too, and calling people cocksuckers.
I want my candy bar, cocksucker!
One thing I don't get about the Purge movies is why people go fucking insane and get creepy as shit when the Purge rolls around. And not just I'm gonna kill someone insane, but I'm gonna wear a mask made from people's skins and go torturing people and rotting groups of psychopaths insane. I mean, look at these kids. They're covered in blood, rolling around in a Christmas light car carrying diamond-encrusted golden AK-47s. Her mask says, "Kiss me." That's creepy. They're guillotining people and laughing. People aren't generally like this unless you have an ultra-cynical view of humanity that sees everyone as a potential sadomasochist. Which I do. I blame the parents.
Oh yeah!
Every day in Juarez was like the Purge.
Mateo, you're blowing past all the characterization. Oh yeah, sorry. The senator had a family. Grillo had a family. The deli people are like a family. The Unite the Right protesters are like a white power family. Oh, and the schoolgirl fucking loves goddamn candy bars.
I want my candy bar, cocksucker!
Grillo and the senator keep running and their plan becomes to run east towards something. I don't know, maybe this is a shit take and I'd die mad fucking quick on Purge night, but I don't know why you wouldn't just hunker down in some random building. At the very least, staying on the streets seems like the worst fucking idea, but oh, I guess a fucking homemade drone is following them and yelling shit at them for some reason.
Know it.
Grillo quickscopes it out of the air though. So then the foreigners from earlier knock out the senator and Grillo with tasers, but what the fuck was any of their plans? I'm gonna hold you really hard. Grr. They're all like, "Thus Vidunya, you're in Putin's America now, boy," until they get saved by the store owner and his Mexican friend. They decide to hole up in the deli and wait for this entire thing to blow over. Oh yeah, Grillo is shot by the way, so he's a little testy and decides to be a dick to the dudes who just saved him.
What's your name, pal?
You know what, Mr. Secret Service man, you should be thanking my black ass for helping you instead of interrogating me.
Candy bar shows back up with a buzzsaw, calls deli man an old fuck again, and demands her a candy bar.
Hey, you old fuck! I'm back. And I brought some friends. And I'm gonna get that candy bar.
Why did they do this? Why did they make a candy bar so crucial to her character? Was their entire script written as a ploy by Big Candy Bar to get you to buy candy bars?
If I want some candy, I'll take some candy!
Why?
Here comes your candy girl!
Then the fucking medic van just runs them over and kills them. The medic hops out, goes Doom Guy with a shotgun and kills the rest of the teens. Oh, and I guess people are sawing through the back door. Instead of just shooting them, they flee in their medic van. We get another little compilation of creepy shit in the van, including some performative dance. Also, the Nazis are still coming after the senator in a helicopter with a fucking minigun because they've been tracking the bullet in Grillo somehow. So he digs it out. The van people then run into an under-highway gladiator battle where sweaty fat dudes are slapping each other with axes.
There's a whole bunch of Negroes coming right this way. And we sitting up here like a bucket of motherfucking chicken.
They start bashing the car, then Deli Man reveals himself to be a Crip with his Crip whistle, which gets them out safely. The van makes it to the safe zone where the anti-purgers are stashed. It's basically just a parking garage while these people come to be safe from the purge. We get a little helping of the political ideology here with a line about how the purge is just for killing poor people. The senator takes this chance to protest the dude who saved her life's tactics, which is like you and your security guy just killed a shit ton of people. Why the high horse?
I've heard stories of tactics that you employ on Purge night. I can't say that I agree with any of it.
The senator starts talking to the people, a real Bernie Sanders, and the deli people are like, we did good, so they decide to go back to the deli. Grillo starts snooping around and discovers that the people doing all this good work and carrying around assault rifles are planning to kill someone during the purge. And that person is the senator's opponent in the election. So the senator then learns about the plan too, and she's really obtuse about it all. Here's where I think the movie could have expressed some backbone in the ethics of violence, but instead it bends to the will. Both sides are equally bad, Senator. The anti-purger activists are arguably just as bad as the Nazis trying to kill her because they're trying to kill a big old piece of shit during the night when it's illegal to kill big old pieces of shit. The fuck is wrong with you, Senator? Not only is it legal to do this, these people are 1, actively saving people with food and patrols, and 2, they're trying to kill your opponent so you can end the fucking purge. You know, the opponent who conspired to make it illegal to kill government officials during the purge, specifically to murder you. They don't like the purge, they think it's shit, but they're using the tools that were allotted to them by this government.
I'll tell you what, you get elected, you stop this night. And I don't have to do what I do anymore.
I think the movie's making a point about extrajudicial actions and social movements, specifically the use of violence in achieving particular political goals, but it doesn't fit because it's just judicial in this universe. The senator's opposition comes down to her point that killing her opponent would make him a martyr for the cause.
He does this, and the minister becomes a martyr. No, it's wrong.
Your opposition to them on the basis of it'll make my opponent a martyr is insane. Most people are against the purge, as we've been led to believe through dialogue and these people cheering for ending the purge, which leads us to believe that the average person doesn't like this guy and his ultra purgy ways. I don't have estimates of how many people are killed on purge night in this world, but considering the consistent point about poor people being killed on purge night and seeing the gratuitous and sadistic shit going on in the streets, it's not a far cry to say most people will not be cool with this, considering how awful the fucking consequences of it are, especially for the common folks. But I guess people are dumb and wouldn't think this way. No, everyone would hop on this guy's side and praise him and his pro-purge movement for dying during the purge, and the senator would become a giant hypocrite for being against the purge but using the purge, at least it would be perceived this way, to kill her opponent so she could end the purge. And the people should get it, or at the very least not turn a guy who's super fucking hyped about the purge into a martyr for dying during the purge. It's like turning a guns rights activist into a martyr for being shot. How did he die for guns rights exactly? What's his martyrdom? Isn't the effect usually the opposite? So the NFFA shows up to kill the poor people stuck in the parking garage, and Grillo and the senator escape using a secret exit. They also call ahead to get picked up by the deli folks. While going to get picked up, they trigger a trap, and it seems super easy to just go under the axe, but they time it to run by anyways.
Go!
While Grillo and the senator are debating the dumb martyr shit again, the deli van gets hit by an armored truck and the senator gets dragged off. Wow, good job Grillo, being a dick to everyone really paid off. Grillo assumes he knows where the senator would be, as happens in all these movies, but what if they just got it wrong and they show up at the wrong place? Like, oops, I guess the senator's dead. Hey, at least she'll become a martyr, right? The Nazis take the senator to the purge mass, and it's a bunch of creepy candles and her opponent's giving a speech about how hard he gets during the purge.
Purge and purify. Say it with me.
Purge and purify. Purge and purify. The ritualistic shit seems like a waste of time and a giant fucking contingency, but hey, gotta get off somehow. And wow, surprise, the NFFA aren't that concerned about making her a martyr, considering they've already tried to kill her this entire fucking movie. Grillo and the delis catch up with Bishop right before he's about to storm the church and murder everyone. Oh, who's Bishop? He's the leader of the Kill the Purge Guy movement and a prominent character, as much as you could call anyone a character from the first two. If there's anyone I like in the movies, it's Bishop. He's had a real arc from the first movie, where he was a scared dude trying to escape some sick purgers to a leader of a movement to end the purge. If only he got some more screen time or characterization. Anyways, the NFFAs are all praising God and shit, and then they bring out the rando who was a drug addict, I guess, to kill him. Is this what Republican conventions are like? Huh, wow, bet the senator's wishing someone would kill this guy right now. Or would she be like, oh no, don't make him a martyr? Grillo and the deli folks position themselves above the Purge mess while Bishop's crew goes off somewhere else. Deli dude scopes the guy who's about to kill the senator, then shit pops off and everyone's shooting. Somehow the priest is dodging all these bullets, so are they just not aiming at him at all? It looks like they are, considering we're seeing bullets bouncing off shit near him. Wow, God must be a purger. Bishop and his crew come in on the flank and fuck up the rest of the Purge masters. They cut the senator loose and then they realize that Bishop has her opponent somewhere.
Stop. This is murder.
Yeah, it is, which is legal, motherfucker. It's Purge night.
If you do this, you will be no different than them.
Yes, you will be different from them. This is not a time to take a centrist position. These people are fucking insane and trying to kill everyone. And the movie is taking her side on this. Bishop eventually changes his mind and the guy is like, yes, kill me, you need to purge. But Bishop's like, no. Personally, I'd chuck the opponent guy in a fucking well. Then I'd chuck a fucking alligator in the well with him. Grillo kicks PC culture in the nuts.
I'm not as politically correct as the senator.
The senator realizes that her opponent had a group of people he was planning on killing in the back, and she's like, oh shit, wow, maybe these guys are crazy. The Nazis are still in the parking garage, and even though it isn't their business anymore, they start firing at Bishop and crew. Bishop gets shot and dies while Grillo and the head Nazis start having a knife fight because everyone else died. This fight doesn't really make much sense, but I like watching a skinhead get a knife to the face as much as the next man. The senator frees a guy who immediately runs into the creepy fucking priest. The priest shotguns him and then starts shooting other people, including the main deli man, which sucks because he was cool. They kill the priest, but why'd they let him get so far though? He got a few steps in. You should have shot him back here. Or hey, maybe even back here instead of missing every fucking shot. It's about as emotional a moment as this movie could possibly get, but only because the actor is cool and he was basically the best character in the movie. We cut to election day. Grillo's still looking mad fucking stern. The senator wins the presidency and she announces she'll be taking executive action to end the purge. The Mexican dude is painting up the shop and letting us know he took it over from the deli man. The last few lines indicate the supporters of the NFFA are already rioting, but assuming they're just a bunch of shit saying rich people and Nazis, they'll probably get fucked in the sequel. You might be surprised to hear, but I absolutely love this movie. Okay, not actually. Aside from a few stupid lines, a monstrously stupid plot decision, weird filmmaking choices, and a lack of rigor in the big philosophical questions it wants to ask, I do have an appreciation for the people aspect of this movie. The deli people are decently written, working people. I like the character of Bishop, who actually is one of the main characters in the first movie, and it's nice to see his growth as a character from a scared running dude in the first one to the leader of a movement in this one in Anarchy. The images are also kind of cool, though nonsensical. Movies like Running Man and The Warriors have an in-universe reason for there being psychopaths roaming the streets. For example, it being about our television program and it being about the most dangerous gangs in New York. Meanwhile, none of the Purge movies really explain why anything creepy happens, so apparently the next one might explain how we got a Purge in the fucking first place, which I would actually be interested in watching. Mateo, you obviously just hate the Purge movies. No, this isn't true. I did think the first one sucked, but I enjoyed the embedded class rage of the second one. Seeing sadistic rich people getting their shit kicked in was a blast, and you only get a little bit of that in the first and last ones. Mateo, you're nitpicking the plot when the point is the government is like stupid. One of my biggest problems with this movie is that it doesn't really have a fucking point. So what, the government is shit and the best way to fix this is put different people in government? There's also hints about how rich people are just using Purge to murder poor people in the second one, but this one focuses on some candy bar eating teen and some government officials. Class analysis is shit tier, and I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to be saying about government. Mateo, you're just a prick. I'm guessing they don't really care anyways, considering this movie made over $100 million. Look, I admire that this movie tried to say something politically. It doesn't want to come and go without saying something, and it actually leaves a lot of the political messages to be hidden in context, which is pretty cool. For example, the racial politics of this movie are pretty clear. It's mostly people of color getting murdered in the streets, while it's rich whites that run the world. Yet this doesn't stop people of color from being psychopaths themselves, no matter how ridiculous they are. I don't know whose decision this was, but it's fucking impossible to say that this happened by accident. This is a big check plus for them. More than anything, the Purge series needed more work put into the premise. It's a franchise that has entered common parlance as we talk about the impending Purge laws that Donald will be installing soon. I think the Purge movies have an interesting setup, and it's even tackling the fact that it's nonsensical by this one, but it's still not using its full potential. I'm not saying the Purge movies need to be political thrillers. They're obviously mostly popcorn movies with the smallest bits of political intrigue that people like me enjoy. I don't think you're a bad person if you like the Purge movies, even if you enjoy this one. My frustration with this movie is mostly out of lost potential. It simultaneously does so many things right and so many things wrong that it fails to make sense in some really important places and basically comes comes out a wash, sitting at about 55% Rotten Tomatoes. All this said, if they make another Purge movie, as it sounds like they're doing, I'll be in the theater opening weekend like the big dumb The Walking Dead watching idiot I am.